NoFap doesn't work. All those success stories are just a bunch of guys being delusional. Well, this is what some people think after having tried NoFap for a while and not experienced any benefits. But why do some people not see any results? Well, there's a few reasons for that, and that's what we are going to talk about today, so stay with me to the end to hear all of this. Hey, it's Scandinavian Bob here. This channel is all about becoming the strongest version of yourself by using interesting biological hacks, discovering smart self-improvement strategies, and by developing a stronger mindset. So consider subscribing, click on the little bell icon, and let's get going. Okay, so the first reason many people don't see any benefits of NoFap is because they have developed addiction-related brain changes. And if they are truly addicted to it, then it can take many months before seeing any benefits at all. And what's more is that they can even start to feel much worse for a few weeks after quitting because of the withdrawals and the so-called flat line. This can take several months for some people, especially if you started using high-speed online adult entertainment at a very early age. Unfortunately, it takes much longer for people who started at a very young age to recover, and in general, the earlier they started, the longer it takes. Now there are of course exceptions to this, but this is what we generally see. So do not give up if you don't experience any benefits at all after a month or two. Just give it more time. Because when you overcome your addiction, even if it takes several months, you will for sure see massive benefits. Listen guys, NoFap can be a phenomenal self-improvement tool. But here's the deal. Then we have another group of guys who aren't that addicted, or maybe they just have a mild addiction to it. And they get into NoFap thinking, what the hell, I might as well give it a try. But then they expect it to be a miracle cure for everything that's wrong in their lives. And they keep eating a really bad diet, drinking way too much alcohol. They do not exercise, they smoke cigarettes, and they have no goals whatsoever. And then they go, what the hell is this? Where are my superpowers? No, you can't just quit fapping while you continue to do all kinds of other self-destructive stuff and think that it suddenly would fix your whole life. And then on top of that, expect to get some kind of quote-unquote superpowers. That's like being a fitness model who has a competition 3 months from now, so he gives up drinking milkshakes to get well-defined six-pack abs, while at the same time he continues to eat pizza and eat hamburgers for breakfast. And then he goes, what the hell man, I gave up my milkshake, where are my abs? No, it doesn't work like that. Like I said, for those who are addicted, stopping the addiction is very important, and for those who are not addicted, NoFap is actually not that important to do. However, it can be a wonderful self-improvement tool, but it's just that one single tool. One self-improvement tool out of hundreds. Now don't get me wrong, I believe NoFap can be one of the most powerful self-improvement tools there is because you learn to master the strongest force in human nature, the sexual energy. And by successfully doing so, you will develop enormous self-discipline and self-esteem. And in addition to that, NoFap has biological benefits as well, like for example upregulated androgen receptors. And as some of you may already know, the androgen receptors are what sucks up the testosterone. So by doing NoFap, our bodies and brains gets more efficient at utilizing whatever level of testosterone we have in our blood. And this makes us feel more manly, more driven, more competitive, and so on. All those good things. And the same is true for dopamine and the reward center in the brain. NoFap upregulates the dopamine receptor so that we become more sensitive to dopamine, meaning we get more joy out of life with more motivation and more pleasure. However, as I already pointed out, the dopamine receptors won't grow that much denser if you keep hammering your reward system with junk food, hours of video games, alcohol, and so on, because all those things also knocks out the dopamine receptors. Now, I'm not saying to never do those things, but I am saying don't complain that your life sucks if you just keep playing video games, eating junk, and never exercise, and then expect to get some kind of strong superpowers with an awesome life just by not fapping for 2-3 weeks. No, it does not work like that. So those are some things to keep in mind if you have not experienced any benefits from NoFap so far. But then there is actually one last group here. And while they might be in the minority, it is still a group that we need to mention. You see, there are actually guys who seriously just don't experience any significant benefits from NoFap, even though they do everything right. And you know what? That's actually totally fine. And for those guys, there is absolutely no need to do NoFap. There is no law that says every guy has to be on NoFap in order to improve his life. Now, again, those guys are in the minority, but they are out there, and I probably wouldn't do NoFap myself if I belonged in that group, and that would be just fine. Now it just so happens I do experience benefits, so for me and for many other men out there, NoFap is truly a powerful self-improvement tool, and a tool that can really help propel us forward in life, especially if we use it in combination with other powerful tools like meditation, intermittent fasting, cold showers, daily goal setting, and so on. But again, remember that we are all different and that we all have to find our own way in life and find out what works and then keep doing that. To each their own. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and remember that you are a warrior in your own life. And if you keep walking the warrior's journey, good things will come to you. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today, and as always I wish you all the best in your journey to become the strongest version of yourself. And remember, as Winston Churchill used to say, if you're going through hell, keep going.